With more than 14 years' experience in the manufacture and operation of excavator-mounted cutters, Erkat is now the leader worldwide in these special products. Uses in canal and tunnel construction, in demolition activity, and in the steel industry show that the cutters have a multitude of talents. Using the most modern construction methods, we can always offer high-quality products from our gearbox facility in Germany. In this manner, we can react quickly with flexibility to customer wishes and quickly adjust to the market requirements. Erkat Innovation. With the new Quick Snap Securing Ring, Erkat customers experience a time saving of more than 50% when changing chisels. Erkat produces excavator-mounted cutters in 9 gearbox sizes, in 2 different types, for excavators from 3 to 120 tons. Thus, we not only have the largest product scope on the world market, we are also proud of the strongest excavator-mounted cutter in the world. Through Erkat's own quality management, we're able to guarantee optimal quality and careful final assembly of our products. Each cutter is tested on the test stand before delivery. After the final assembly is completed, the assembler signs the certificate for his product and thus accepts the responsibility for his own work. We can say with pride today, after more than 5 years of production and nearly 500 deliveries of excavator cutters, that consequential gearbox damage has never been experienced. Incidentally, we not only offer repair of cutting heads as a service, we are also capable of producing cutting heads and rotary drums according to customer drawings. In regular team discussions, customer wishes are analyzed and these results are phased into the construction of our machines. That we are on the correct path can be acknowledged through over 400 satisfied customers in more than 30 countries. Please contact us for more information or learn about our Erkat special cutters on our internet homepage www.erkat.de.
This wood-cutting application near Tuttlingen shows how Erkat cutters can be used for a wide range of applications. An ER-1503 completely reduces a tree stump with a diameter of 80 centimeters in about 5 to 8 minutes. The site of this ER-1501S, installed on a Fiat Hitachi EX215 excavator, is the historic island of Malta, between Africa and Sicily. Due to the high prices of property on Malta, it is necessary to build underground without damaging historic buildings. The Erkat cutter works with very little vibration and grinds over 60 tons per hour on a daily basis. Gypsum mining in Styria, Austria. With an ER-1503 on a Volvo EC360, we produce up to 90 tons of gypsum per hour. Installed is a cutting head especially developed for soft stone. On an RH9 O&K excavator, this ER-1503 has a cutting power of 60 to 80 tons per hour, in sandstone with a compression strength of about 30 to 40 megapascals. The milled material is ready for sale and does not need to be ground to a smaller size afterwards. The low-vibration cutting of old concrete foundations is one of the favorite jobs for Erkat cutters. On a Liebherr 942 Litronic, this ER1503 cuts about 6 to 8 cubic meters of concrete per hour. As the concrete is only minimally reinforced and has a low abrasion factor, the wear on the picks is 1 per 10 cubic meters of cut concrete. Erkat cutters are economical to operate. To keep the waste disposal costs of contaminated concrete as low as possible, the contaminated surface of a layer of concrete is removed about 4 to 10 centimeters deep with an ER1503 mounted on a PC346. With Erkat cutters, it is possible to cut concrete and rock with exactitude. This ER1501 is facing the roadbed for a lane of the Autobahn between Dresden and Prague. The surface was pre-cut with a hydraulic hammer. You can make exact cutouts in concrete walls with very little vibration. An Erkat ER254 cutter on a 7-ton excavator cuts about 2,000 cutouts on the Petuel ring in Munich, achieving a cutting rate of 20 to 25 cutouts per workday. Erkat cutters operate with substantially less vibration than pick hammers. Downtown in Pfaffenhofen, Bavaria, this ER1503B is cutting concrete foundations in the direct vicinity of the historic church. The cutting rate of an O&K RH12 excavator is 10 to 12 cubic meters per hour. You can deepen riverbeds exactly to profile. Even when cutting riverbanks consisting of the hardest granite, the strongest Erkat cutter, an ER5003, on a Liebherr 984 Litronic, achieves a cutting rate of up to 10 cubic meters per hour, even while working up to 4 meters underwater. Pick wear is about 0.5 items per cubic meter of cut material. An excavation near Linz in Austria. Mounted on a 7-ton Takeuchi TB070 excavator, this ER250 cuts 4 to 8 cubic meters of shale. The cutter is used for the exact deepening of the excavation. The compression strength of the fissured material is 20 to 30 megapascals. This ER1503B on a Daewoo 30 tons excavator produces up to 80 tons of ready-to-use stone per hour in a stone quarry in Austria. The compression strength of the material is up to 200 megapascals. The relative high cutting rate is possible due to the fine layering of the stone. Cutting salt in the vicinity of Hanover. Our ER1503S on a Komatsu PC346 excavator achieves up to 80 tons of salt per hour. For cutting medium hard and soft stones, Erkat has produced special cutting heads with rotary cutting tools. An ER-1500-3S on a Liebherr 932 Latronic, cutting concrete with very low vibration. The cut material can be reused as filling material. Reinforcement rods, up to a diameter of 20 millimeters, can be cut so that later manual cutting and chopping of the steel rods is no longer required. With suitable excavators, you can achieve very high productivity. Cutting away a rock protrusion to widen a road lane in Austria. In the course of the enlargement of a road, this protrusion of medium-hard limestone with a compression strength of 30 to 60 megapascals must be cut in a curve without dynamiting. The Erkat ER-1500-1B achieves a cutting rate of 30 to 40 cubic meters per hour. An excavation near Lake Zurich. In Conglomerate, an ER-1500-1 on a Fiat Hitachi FH200 here achieves a cutting rate several times higher than a hydraulic hammer. A cutting rate of 8 to 10 cubic meters per hour was reached with inhomogeneous solid material having a compression strength of 60 to 80 megapascals. Limestone with a compression strength of 50 to 70 megapascals. With the Erkat 1500-3 cutter on a Liebherr 932 Latronic, we achieve a cutting rate of 7 to 10 cubic meters per hour. Demolition of a bunker in downtown Munich. With the tremendous cutting power of 167,000 Newton and a torque of nearly 80,000 Newton meters, the ER-5003 is the most powerful cutter attachment available today. With this cutter, you can cut up to 200 cubic meters of concrete per workday. Reinforcement rods up to a diameter of 30 millimeters are cut effortlessly. On excavators ranging from 65 to 110 tons, this rugged cutter is an ideal tool for difficult concrete demolition or the mass cutting of stone. The use of Erkat cutters saves dumping costs. An ER-1500-1 is here removing a contaminated concrete layer before the demolition of a warehouse near the central station in Treves, Germany. The cutter can cut up to 40 square meters per hour of this 10 to 20 millimeter deep layer. With our 250, 400, 700 and 1500 series of rotary drum cutters, uncased concrete pileheads can be cut down efficiently. The achievable performance rate is about 10 piles per workday. An ER-700L, mounted on a Case-Paclane 888 wheeled excavator, is cutting holes into piles with a diameter of 1200 millimeters. Mounted on a 7-ton compact excavator, this ER-300-2L cuts uncased concrete pileheads effectively and economically. With this cutter, it was possible to nearly bare the steel cage of an uncased concrete pile in only about 30 minutes. A bridge in the vicinity of Berlin. Construction work is in full progress, while trains continue to run undisturbed on the neighboring track. For the renewal of the bridge pylons, the pylon heads must be reduced about 500 millimeters exactly to profile and with very little vibration, so that a new layer of concrete can be poured on later. For this job, the accuracy with which the ER 1500-1B removes the old concrete layer is most important. An Erkat 1501 while reducing a foundation in an old warehouse in Salzgitter. This rugged cutter worked problem-free in concrete mud and cut the 16mm reinforcement rods effortlessly. Mounted on an RH9 telescopic excavator, this ER 1500-3 is enlarging a tunnel in the vicinity of Basel. This cutter must cope with the extreme stone compression strength of up to 200 megapascals. The amazing cutting rate of 5 to 10 cubic meters per hour did not just surprise our customer. A tunnel project near Zurich. On a Liebherr 944 Litronic, an ER 1500-3 achieves up to 20 cubic meters per hour when cutting connecting tunnels. In an underground special waste dump, ceiling walls are to be integrated in the existing mountains. For this, it is necessary to cut slots exactly 400 millimeters wide and 1000 millimeters deep all along the road. The ideal task for the Erkat ER 400-1L cutter. Up to 15 meters of slot per hour can be cut into the salt stone with this machine. In the mountains of Vorarlberg, Austria, an ER 5003 installed on an 80-ton Case-Paclane CX800 excavator is working itself into a dolomite stone with a compression strength of up to 220 megapascals. The cutting rate in this hard rock is up to 30 cubic meters per hour. Erkat cutters in canal construction. This ER 1500-3 on a Liebherr 942 achieves a cutting rate of 3 to 5 cubic meters per hour in a very hard shell limestone with a compression strength of about 80 to 100 megapascals. The ER 850 series. With a cutting head width of 850 millimeters, this cutter was developed especially for canal construction. Designed for excavator sizes between 15 and 25 tons, it is particularly suitable for trench widths of 1100 millimeters and up. The cutting rate in shell limestone is between 5 and 12 cubic meters per hour. With the Oil Quick change adapter, the bucket to cutter conversion takes only 30 seconds. This makes a second excavator on the site superfluous and saves you enormous costs.
With this ER3003 from Erkat mounted on a Kobelco SK480, 1,100 cubic meters of rock is to be ground out of the courtyard of a high school in Austria. The courtyard is surrounded by the school building complex. An historical and valuable Roman church from the 12th century, located on the south side and connected to the building complex, must not be damaged. An opening must be cut in the building complex with the Erkat cutter ER3000, thus permitting the 48-ton excavator to enter the courtyard. After approximately 6 hours of cutting, we can see a gaping hole approximately 8 meters high, 10 meters wide, and approximately 12 meters long. With an unbelievable cutting power of nearly 120,000 Newton, 200 cubic meters of stone walls, concrete, windows, and water lines were cut out and demolished, all under very low vibration conditions. On the next day, the excavator stood in the courtyard of the building complex. The eastern tubes of the Offenauer Tunnel, with a length of 1.4 kilometers, and those of the Heifler Tunnel, with 2 kilometers on the A10 Tauern motorway, are some of the oldest motorway tunnels in Austria. In order to cut the tunnel profile in the first section with extra accuracy, Erkat developed a special tunnel cutter, the ER1500T. High cutting speed, a more concentrated chisel unit, and a special form of cutting head result in optimal cutting results and guarantee very little follow-up work. The overhaul started after the summer season in September 2004. Only 9 months are available for the entire overhaul, since the traffic on the A10 must flow unrestricted by the end of June 2005. This is a giant challenge for the 9 robust Erkat special cutters, which are being operated 24 hours a day by a variety of companies at the site. The project schedule must be met, not a simple task considering that the concrete inner covering is 20 to 25 centimeters thick and the concrete itself has up to 60 megapascal compression strength. The excavator performance in this hard concrete is between 2 to 5 cubic meters per hour. Not far from the Lorelei on the Rhine River, this nearly 1 century old and approximately 378-meter long railway tunnel is to be refurbished. The natural stone inner covering must be cut back approximately 15 to 20 centimeters, so that this inner covering of the tunnel tubes can be recovered. This work must be done very carefully to limit possible damage to the tunnel wall. It is planned to use an ER600 mounted on a Leipa tunnel excavator R900 Litronic. The ER600 has an average cutting performance of 20 to 30 square meters per hour, and thus an ideal machine for this operation. One of the largest construction projects in Hamburg is the Europe Passage, a future retail sales and office space passage with 29,000 square meters for retail and 32,000 square meters for office space is being constructed in the prime location between Münchenbergstrasse and Jungfernsteig. At this site, a total of approximately 12,000 square meters of slit wall protrusion must be cut back. The construction time for the entire project is 3.5 years. An ER250 mounted on a Komatsu mini excavator PC65 has been cutting segments for this project since spring 2004. Within 4 weeks, using this low vibration and exact tolerance cutter, it was possible to cut a section of 2,300 square meters from the 12,000 square meters for the project. The cutting performance of the ER250 was 10 to 15 square meters per hour. The Liebes-Lichter Dam, a large project for a long-distance water supply in Thüringen, Germany. A 104-meter-high and 420-meter-long masonry dam is to be built in the valley near Liebes. In the course of the project, the majority of the rock was removed by using dynamite. Now the concrete for the masonry dam must be poured in 41 stages, stage by stage, into the mountain. The Erkat ER 1501, mounted on a Komatsu PC2106, has worked at the construction site for more than 4 years, nearly every day, with no breakdowns. During a total of 4,000 hours of operation, the ER 1500 cut approximately 15,000 cubic meters of stone, consisting of porphyry layers, with a compression strength of 40 megapascal. That's an average cutting performance of approximately 4 cubic meters per hour.